Hi, my name is Mason. I'm 29 years old. I'm based out of Mountain View, California, and this is Financial Audit.
So what? Your plan is to live in a car until you're 59 and a half and you can start taking money out of your tax advantage retirement accounts?
I was planning on living in my car until at least I feel like I have a better handling on my situation.
Now, why do you have to live in an expensive place like this? With your background, it seems like you might be able to get a good job. Clearly, you're not from there. You have a shirt on from the land of corn. So
yeah, I am.
Why do you have to live
in
one of the most expensive cities in the world?
It's because I actually never went to college. So,
but have you built up the experience now on the resume?
I guess, yeah, you could say I built up the experience on the resume, but I don't know. It just feels like it's so hard to show that when most places are expecting throwing your resume through an AI and be like,
yes,
unless you say bachelor's, we're not even going to look at your resume. They don't care you have 4 years of experience being a integration engineer for a company that does millions in revenue. Yeah,
I mean, it's certainly complicated. It really depends on the industry and it depends on the job market. There is a certain threshold where to recruiters and to certain jobs that a certain amount of experience will essentially negate, the education thing that's there. Because, bachelor's degree was 20 years ago and, you have like 20 years of senior level experience. That's what's going to take the priority. There's a certain level. It's not like there's a perfect math behind it and where that threshold hits on some bell curve, but I would be curious to see, like, what does your resume look like? Is it horrible? Is it and honestly, I'm not saying to lie,
but who checks that your college degree?
They don't.
Yeah, but we're not saying we're gonna. Yeah, exactly.
They don't.
I know.
Because clearly this is not working for you to be there. This job is not enough for you to live there in your current situation with the mess you've gotten yourself in, while also trying to contribute as much as you are to retirement accounts. This is not working. Flat out. Or you're just going to need to get on a roommate website. There's that option as well. I obviously haven't done that. I'm just looking at you renting your own 1 bedroom, 1 bath. But, maybe you're renting a bedroom with a shared bath at a place with like 4 other dudes or something, What?
It's 4 people. That's crazy.
You're living in a car. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, fair. Sure, that's fair, but still, like, I don't know.
You've never lived with other dudes?
I lived with 2 other people before in my old living situation, but like it was kind of like separate. It wasn't.
Yeah, you would get your own room, but you might share a bathroom.
The sharing of the kitchen is the hardest part.
That depends on who you live with. I've had many different roommates. It depends on who you live with. Oh my gosh, do you get to be that picky when you're literally homeless? Yeah, laugh it off. Yes, but do you get to be that picky?
I mean, that's fair, but I don't know. I made the choice. I figure like I could do it.
So you want to?
Well, I feel like I don't really have very many options. So I feel like that the best option for me is just to stay homeless and just use the facilities.
How long have you been in Mountain View?
Me? I've been in Mountain View for 2 years.
Okay, so what has the living situation been throughout then?
Yeah, so originally I had moved to California and to be with my then ex, and we ended up getting a place together. And so I paid for most of the stuff. So I paid for the initial move-in. I paid for most of the furniture. I paid for everything else. And then paid for some cats that is basically entirely on a
fees. Okay.
Yeah, totally on a credit card. But paid for that. Paid for the cats. And then she ended up kicking me out to be with somebody else because I didn't do enough for her or something. But
tongue skills aren't on point. That's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. We don't make those kind of jokes. I make those kind of jokes. Okay, but what does that actually mean in all seriousness?
Like, it means that there was at least $12,000 in debt at that point in time.
And that is you not doing enough for her?
Yeah, that was, yeah. I mean,
okay, so she saw you as someone who wasn't contributing in a way and may not have the future that she's looking for. That's not an unreasonable reason to break up with someone necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying you're this person, but I wouldn't want to be with someone that doesn't have any kind of, ambition if they are kind of like stagnant in life. Again, not saying that's you, but I can kind of like correlate to if you're seeing someone who's in a lot of debt, they're not really getting out of debt, they're not really having the discipline in the future to get out of it. Is that who I want to lock myself down to? Now, kicking you out, that's different. But especially to bring in someone else right away. That's certainly different. Like I would want to give you a, But
the thing is like the debt it wasn't there before. It was there because we decided to move.
Yeah.
Right.
All of it, all 12,000.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's certainly not pet fees.
No, it wasn't all pet. Like there was like a $4,000 bed. There was like a $1,200 TV.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a $500 TV stand. The couch was like.
So she specifically brought up the debt as the reason to break up and kick you out.
No, she didn't bring up the debt. She just said that we weren't going anywhere.
Oh, then maybe you weren't going anywhere, buddy. What? How do you bring? Okay.
But like, it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything.
But she said you guys weren't going anywhere. Maybe
the thing is like
she didn't like you anymore.
But the thing is like
she's not entitled to like you.
That was 2 months after we moved in.
No, trust me, I'm not saying she's right for the kick out. But if someone's not feeling it, they're allowed to break up.
No, of course. Yeah, no. I understand that. I'm not. That's
but the kick out, that kind of sucks. How quick was the turnaround between get the fuck out and you had to get the fuck
out? It was basically like a week. It was like, oh, hey, this new guy's coming over now.
This new guy's coming over. That's fishy.
Yeah, I know.
So then you had to like scramble and
I had to scramble and find a place. Yep, and I got lucky. There's just some rich guy was like, I have a room available. I'm like, okay, sure.
Well, speaking of rooms available, we've done the research now on the roommate site. If you go to roomies.com/rooms/Mountain View, California, lots of options under $1,200 a month. And a few options under $1,000 a month. You can do that. You just need to be a little humble and accept that you can live in a place where other people use the kitchen besides yourself.
I mean, okay, yeah, I could live in a place with somebody else for $1,000 a month versus staying in my car. I don't want to, but I could.
Have you found a new girlfriend yet to live together in that area?
Yeah, so I actually did meet somebody else.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, within the last year, she was a foreign aid teacher that they gave a visa to basically support teaching in the area for a year. So she's not a U.S. citizen. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're already engaged, and
cool.
we're so I got
she's on like you're engaged?
Yeah, she had to go. So she still has to go.
Wait, what visa was she here on?
A J1.
A J1. Okay.
Yeah, and
so she's here.
No, she's already gone back in July 10th.
Back to where?
Back to China. To finish her master's, because she still has another year of master's.
You met her in person, though.
I met her in person, yeah.
Oh,
when she was teaching here in America.
How long did you guys know each other before getting engaged?
6 months.
Okay. I just want to, just out of safety for yourself, are you sure, 100% positive that this is, for good intentions? I just want to be protective.
Yeah, that's always the first question everyone asks.
I know, and I feel rude for asking. I really do.
I know, and I understand where it's coming from. Yes, I am sure, because the original discussion was like, I have to go to China.
Okay.
But the problem is that their restrictions on being able to immigrate to China is a lot.
Yeah, that's why the population pyramid
stringent.
Is collapsing. Yes,
it's really stringent. Like you have to have a bachelor's, you have to have 4 scientific papers written, you have to be 15 plus work experience, right?
Yeah, that country is destroying themselves.
Yeah. So the only other conversation we were able to have was, well, maybe you have to come to America, right? But then that also comes with a lot of complications too, because now I have to spend $5,000 at least on immigration papers, not including potential lawyer fees.
When she's here, you guys gonna live together? Is that gonna solve the living problem? She's gonna bring in income.
That's the hope.
When is she coming?
So it depends on the lawyer situation.
Oh,
Because her J1 visa requires a 2-year.
all right. 2-year, and then she can come.
And then she can come. But
Oh, me. So we got to figure out your situation now. I don't give a shit about that then. No offense. That's too far away. I need to figure out you now. We got to jump into these finances. We've been talking about setting you up now for a bit.